Isn't it beautiful today? Thanks so much for joining me. It's another day where it's been 2 days since the last rains hit, so I'm looking for a tailwater. This is a spot I've always wanted to fish in the winter, and in the past the road has never been plowed, so you can't get anywhere near here. But today I was like, well, we got to go find out, put eyes on it, and see if we can get here. It was like an ice skating rink the whole way, but the Subaru handled it like a champ. The water's a little off color, it's a little brown, but it's definitely like normal flows, and I'm sure we can get some fish in here. This section was all muddy last summer because the drought was melting glaciers off Mount Shasta and dumping a ton of mud in here. So I didn't get to fish this pretty much all last season, and I'm super pumped. This is probably my favorite river of all time. I'm excited. All right, before we get started, let's take a water temp. The air temp here today is pretty cold. It's about 28 degrees Fahrenheit, and I suspect the water's in the 30s, but maybe not. We're looking at 41.8, which is fantastic. So the fish should definitely still have plenty of energy to feed. I'm gonna just kind of fish this like I would anywhere else. I'm gonna try not to think about it being wintertime and the fish being in slow water. Just to start things off, since the water is a little stained, I've got a Pat's Rubber Legs on the point and a thread Frenchie on the dropper. I'm going to tight line this. See if we can pick anything up here. May try adding some tippet. Or I could look for a different kind of water that's not quite this deep. I may put an Indy on up high above my cider and just not worry about adding tippet. Let's try that first. I don't normally recommend dunking the cider, but this water is pretty stained, and if the fish are deep, cider shouldn't really affect them much. Nice slow drift. Oh, fish on. Sweet. What did he take? Oh, it came off. Darn it. Huh. It didn't feel huge. Cool. It can be hooked in this water conditions, so. I should also mention that I'm here at like noon. I didn't get out the door because I was tying flies for you guys. I had 3 orders I wanted to get out the door today. So I was working on that, got out the door. So I only have a few hours to fish today. There's one. Oh yeah, that was a good eat. Might feel a little bigger. Dang. I don't know why I keep losing these things. Guess I need to play them more aggressively. Kind of a pinch point right here. I'm gonna fish right against these rocks I'm standing over now. See if there's any fish tucked up against these rocks. and then I'll move upriver. It's a good spot right here. Nice clean dead drift. It's going so slow. Oh man, eat that thing. I took the Indy back off. I'm going to tight line this. Ooh, that's a fish. Ah! Dang it! At least I could see, I saw that one. Oh, that's a good fish. Holy crap, this is a really good fish. Oh, okay. Just trying to get under this uncut bank. This is a really good fish. I know I keep saying that. He wants to go this way. Okay. Stay focused here. Keep the tension on. Oh, it's a brown trout. Nice brown. Yes. Oh. Come on. Come on. Yes. Oh, baby. Took the thread, Frenchie. This is a huge fish. Was not expecting this. Oh my gosh. This thing has got a huge head on it. This is an 18-inch brown trout, baby. Oh, baby. Look at this thing. It's crazy. Took the Indy off. I'm going to tie line this very top of this pool. So I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm going to fish this back to where I started using streamers, see if I can move anybody in this water. Since we know there's big browns, streamer I'm using is an olive jig streamer. Alright, so I've been watching this fish rise for a few minutes here in the same spot. So I've put a dry fly on. Trout fly is one and only corn-fed midge, because I've seen some midges. My line's a little underweighted because this is a 4-weight line for my sage, which is still in the shop. This is a 5-weight rod, so like I said earlier, this isn't exactly a big fish, but it's still fun to sight fish for one. There he is. Oh yeah. Corn-fed midge for the win. I will admit, it's been a while since I've caught a fish on a dry fly. Let alone sight fish for one. Sick. Look at that, right in the corner of the bucket. Sweet. It's not a tiny fish, and that's a 12-incher. Hey everybody, what's up? Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. Today was one of those short and sweet days where, you know, you've been cooped up inside from the bad weather for, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks at this point, and you just got to get out. So this is a spot I've been wanting to check out in the wintertime for a long time, like I said, and these roads are normally, you know, not accessible because the roads they get a lot of snow in the winter, obviously, and for whatever reason it was plowed this time, so I was able to escape my car all the way in there and get on the river and fish. Early on I hooked 2 or 3 fish and they came right off. I'm not sure what I had going on wrong there, but the same fly hooked that big brown, and that was super awesome. I mean, brown trout are pretty rare in Northern California, let alone big trout. That's kind of like a unicorn for me, so that was super exciting. Definitely a highlight for the trip. I almost considered leaving at that point, but you know, I had to do my due diligence and fish my way out of there, and that was cool getting to see that fish rising and feeding on the surface, because I've been for a long time and carrying this extra long lens, so I could, if I ever saw a fish like that, I could zoom in on it, get some cool slow-mo shots, and I finally was able to do it this time. So that was super cool. And it was just super satisfying to catch one up on the top, because I don't, you know, put dry flies on that often, and so in the wintertime, all I saw coming off were midges, so I figured trout flies corn-fed midge was a safe choice. If you need some of those, check them out at troutfliesutah.com. You can pick those up there if you need some. And of course, if you need any nymphs for catching fish down below, like today, the thread Frenchie has been on fire for me this last few months. I don't know what it is about that fly, it just catches fish. So if you need any of those, I've got those in my shop at driftstone.co. Check them out if you need them. And speaking of the shop, YouTube has decided for whatever reason to start promoting my bead video again. So the sales this week have been phenomenal. I just want to thank each and every one of you. If you haven't yet, the video, I'll link up to it right here. It talks about beads and what to look for in purchasing them, and the beads I brought to market sort of help fill in the gaps where I saw there was a need. So if you haven't yet, please check it out. And again, thank you for every one of you who bought beads. Like I said, I've been busy fulfilling orders left and right, and I've got more coming. I've contacted my factory and they're making more right now, and hopefully we'll have them pretty soon. Again, thank you. Running out is a terrible problem, but it's a good problem to have. Here's the future of that. In other news, this came back today. Yep, my sage rod came back in the mail. It's been just a week, under 4 months from the day they got it to the day it got back to me. It looks like they replaced everything from the blank down. So I have new cork, new reel seat, new burl, everything's new from the blank down. And so they did a good job repairing it, and it's definitely my original rod. They didn't swap it out. I appreciate every single one of you who've given me advice on brands and their experiences with the service department. I mean, I want to reiterate, this rod is awesome. It's fantastic. I love it. I don't have any regrets other than the fact that I haven't been able to fish with it for almost 4 months. But if you ever break one or it's defective, you're going to pay the price. It's going to take some time. I had several other people tell me they had 3, 4, 5 month waits on getting the rods back. So I don't know what, for whatever reason, they just haven't recovered from COVID yet, and their service center is just completely slammed and they're not able to keep up with demands. So frankly, I can't recommend Sage right now. Unless they can get their act together and fix their service department, I just can't recommend them. So if you're really into fly fishing and you're just looking for a little more community than just what's going on here on the videos that I post 2-3 times a month, well, we have a Discord. It's basically a chat room where you can come and talk to other like-minded fly anglers, and we talk about all kinds of stuff. And one of the things we do is we have a monthly Fly of the Month challenge. So if you're a fly tyer and you want to have a little bit of fun, kind of maybe up your game, have a little camaraderie, for the month of December, the theme was midges. Basically, you could submit any fly that was size 18 or smaller. I just wanted to see the small bugs that you could come up with. And I saw all kinds of really good submissions. It was super fun to see everybody's. And there was one clear winner. It was Flying Bear. If you're on any fly fishing Discord, he's super active on all of them, and he's an avid tyer. I highly recommend you check out his work. He's super helpful. He loves to answer questions. So huge shout out to Flying Bear. He's the winner this month. Again, back-to-back champ. Super awesome. The fly that he won with is called the Mallard Moose Betas. I'll post a picture right up here if you want to check it out. And you can see all the other submissions in the Fly of the Month forum section of the Discord. So I hope to see you guys in there. Oh, and there's a link down in the description if you'd like to join up. All right, well, the raids have receded here on the West Coast, and I hope you guys are getting out to go get some fishing in. Let me know down in the comments what you've been up to. I hope you've been fishing, catching some nice winter fish. It's frankly one of my favorite times of the year to get out because there's just nobody out there. So the rivers are all yours. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, everybody, I'll see you on the water, and Godspeed.